Another day, another free campsite.
This is part 4 of our free camping series, and let's just say it's already been a series we won't forget. We've already seen a lizard, a bunny, and a duck.
Our cooker's done. It doesn't.
Kangaroos!
There are leeches in the ground.
And surprisingly enough, last week's waterfall encounter has inspired a whole new level of adventure for us.
I've got brain freeze. Today we're going to be hitting up Newton's Campground, and all the campsites that we're going to be visiting in this part of the series are in the Lake Eildon area.
So far, there's been a lot on offer, from walking trails to scenic lookouts.
But we love being able to come back to a gorgeous campsite at the end of the day and just enjoy it all for free.
So strap in and stick around to the end, where we will give you a full tour, share things to do in the area, and how much we spent while staying at this free campsite. But first, it's time for some exploring.
This isn't exactly next to the campsite, but if you are passing through, Mansfield is a great place to stop, top up your fuel. There's good public toilets. There's also a dump point for your RVs, and we're in the Botanic Park, which is nice and open and a great place to have some lunch. The gardens do have a pretty cool looking playground as well, but our #1 rule on this channel, we don't film kids.
I mean, I don't know if it's our #1 rule. Whatever you do, do not look up if you are in Utah.
Someone decided to break the budget today, didn't they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice and quiet. I think that's a nice view to have out the back of the van. I think it's
Yeah.
Fun game to play at free campsites. Human or animal?
Someone's coming to our campsite. Oh God, my heart. This is my dream, and Doug's experiencing it. Why?
He's like in the camp.
That's a good stuff.
This duck, it won't leave. It's just hanging out in camp, so I don't know. There's some oats here, mate, and there's beer in the fridge.
So the only other people in this giant camp area, way over there, have like 4 or 5 dogs. And we got ambushed when we arrived. And anyway, they're barking up a storm. So let's see if we get any sleep tonight. Good morning to me. This is our DIY cooker. You're just gonna put a stick in it to our DIY windscreen, and Doug drying his underwear from the waterfall.
Might need to go swimming again today. About to be madness. It is about to go down. It's Chester when Chester sees these kangaroos.
If he comes out, yeah.
Grab the camera. We're here at Newton's Campground, and this place is lovely. It is literally on the banks of Lake Eildon, and the views that we have gotten this particular morning are stunning. The sun is rising right over the side of our campsite. The ground is nice and flat. Now the good thing about these sites is they're nice and big, and there's lots of them sprinkled along the side of Lake Eildon. I'm talking like maybe 10 kilometers worth of campsites along the edge of the lake. And a lot of them, especially Newton's, has got a toilet block. It's got communal fire pits. There's plenty of firewood lying around, and it's easy access for any vehicle. The roads are 2-wheel drive. They do get a bit bumpy, whatever that's called, when the sand starts to lift and rise. But apart from that, it's a really nice little spot. Lake Eildon's very popular in Victoria, so you might have heard of it. But if you haven't, it's sort of like an adult's playground. If you're into jet skiing, if you're into fishing, if you're into motorbikes, if you're into 4-wheel drive tracks, it all happens here around the lake. Kayaks, paddle boards, BMX riding, whatever your outdoor sport that you like to do, you can come to Lake Eildon, stay free of charge for the night, and you can do that here. There are tracks on one side and a lake with fishing and water sports on the other side. It really is like an adult's playground. The downside to that is it brings the crowds, and especially over the summer breaks, there are going to be lots of people here making lots of noise. So you have to sort of pick your poison when it comes to that. The downside of this particular campsite, Newton's, is that it is on the side of the road. It's very close to the road, so all hours of the night, because this is such a popular spot, you're going to hear cars coming down that road. We heard it until about 3 o'clock in the morning. There's one now. You get what you get.
There are literally hundreds of kangaroos surrounding this campsite.
I'd say thousands.
Yeah, it's just, oh my god, it's so cool.
So there's signs all over Lake Eildon that say, please take your rubbish with you. And literally 10 minutes down the road is this awesome little town where there are some rubbish bins. There's a general store that looks like it sells liquor and ice, and there's even fuel here as well. It is a bit windy today, but we have made it down to Goes Bay, which is an awesome little town that's 10 minutes away from the free camping sites at Lake Eildon. There's fuel here, there's a general store, and there's lots of little cafes, which means if you're sick of being by Lake Eildon camping for free, it's a very nice little 10-minute escape to plug back into a bit of reception and a bit of hot food as well. So guys, we were going to go to this lookout, but that is a 4-wheel drive sign, and that is not a 4-wheel drive. So if you do have one, head up there and let us know how that lookout actually seems, because I ain't ruining my van for this vlog.
I'm sure it's beautiful. Along Fries Bay Road lookout. We are here at Brack's Bridge Day Visitor area, and it is so beautiful here. It's so scenic. There's like pebble rocks leading into the clear water. There's toilets, they have picnic tables, and we've noticed that so many of the little tourist attractions around here have fire pits available for you to just hang out and like cook lunch and just like vibe in nature, and I'm here for it. But this place is so gorgeous. You can kind of walk a little bit along the water and the pebbles, and it's just like, you know, listening to that sound of water that I love so much. I think it's an awesome spot to just come have lunch again. There's so many little spots like this to come have picnics and just chill out, or just to use a public toilet while you're around the area exploring. The parking lot is like a medium size compared to some of the places like the waterfall we went to. This will fit a little bit more than 5 cars, but I can see it getting very busy, and there's only like 3 picnic tables. So just keep that in mind if you come in like peak summertime when everyone's like in this Lake Eildon area. And now we're gonna do a water test.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What's got Mitzi?
The waterfall got me.
Oh my god.
I'm a new woman.
We're all about cold plunges now.
I didn't bring my bathing suit.
Alright, here we go.
Ah! It's really not that bad.
Yeah?
Woo!
A few moments later.
I thought you said it's not that bad.
It's not. I just pictured leeches on my feet. I gotta go.
Stop moving. There's one on the back of your shoe. Stop moving. It's on the back of your shoe. It's tiny. Just stop moving.
Ah!
What's wrong?
Ooh, the after effect. Ow, 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 ow. I'm fine. I'm fine. You should do it.
No thanks. You didn't make it look appealing at all.
Yay.
So we're arriving at the next spot that we found on Wiki Camps, which is a swimming hole, and I just had to get out of the van to scout the spot because the road to get into it is a little dicey. And when I did walk down the road to actually see where the swimming hole is, it looks like you have to jump a fence that used to be a gate, but it doesn't say private property on it anywhere, so we're definitely in for an adventure here. It seems to me that we can jump this fence and go for a walk through here, and I'll show you why. This is the sign that they've put up, which is the fishing guidelines that run along this river. Fires have got to cross through it, tenting has got to cross through it, motorbike riding has got to cross through it. But fishing, walking, and walking your dog all seem to be okay. So I say we jump this fence and see what's down there.
Also, we drove around from all the giant potholes, came down the street, and then just pulled in here. So, feels dicey.
Like there clearly was a gate here,
What the
but it
heck?
doesn't say private property.
Maybe they put it here so people can't get their dirt bikes.
Could be, yeah. Wouldn't that just be like 3 poles
Yeah.
or something?
Weird with the people watching on the road.
It does feel weird.
This is not a gate. Like, oh, let me just throw my dog over this fence.
Mate, look at this spot I found.
Yeah, it's illegal.
Maybe. Wow. I don't know where we are, but it's lovely. We're gonna race our leaves to see who's cooking dinner tonight.
Well, considering Doug hasn't cooked dinner once on this trip,
Wow, I cooked it on the first night.
probably should be him either
I
way.
cooked it on the first night.
What'd you cook?
Muscle chefs.
He heated up muscle
Oh,
chef.
I'm sorry, what did you cook last time?
I
what
made
did you cook?
chicken
Master
wraps. I made.
Chef? What the fuck?
Okay, who cooks dinner every single night of our lives?
What about camping? I told you about camping. We are here.
This is my trusty little leaf. You better not let me down. I don't know. I think I got a good shape, like aerodynamic. Wait, it's water. That's not aerodynamics. I think we're gonna go far in life together. Come on, little one. One, two,
Three.
my job.
Yes, boy! Yes! That's mine. That one's definitely mine. That's yours there.
What?
For dinner, I would like Korean barbecue chicken.
You don't get to choose.
That's what I would like.
You don't get to choose.
So now you're reneging on the deal.
What?
Unbelievable.
And I don't know where that little rope swing is, but this is still a beautiful swimming spot. This one and the bridge place, these two are great. And this one especially doesn't feel like it would get too busy to like the public.
I
Like,
prefer this one.
yeah, I don't know how many people would be like hopping that gate to get here when the other one you could just pull up and it has picnic tables and stuff. And of course, Doug had to one-up me going in and putting my feet in. Full body, full body, full body.
Oh my god, it's cold.
Dunk, dunk, dunk. Ooh.
Oh my lord, it's cold. But it wakes you up. The water is really freezing, but now that the sun's out, it's quite nice. It's not bad going for a dip. Jamie, you should do it.
I already did. And my feet are nice and warm now. Back in the car, nice and warm.
Yeah.
It's actually warmed up. It's hot in the car.
Yeah, it's nice now.
That spot is so beautiful. Even just sitting in the car right now, if we were driving through, I would just sit here and have lunch and then get back
Yeah,
on the road. Like,
yeah.
it is so pretty.
Let us know, guys, down in the comments if you saw something like we saw. Not really a gated, fenced-off area, but definitely a barrier to entry. Would you jump it and take the plunge and just assume everything was going to be okay? I want to know how adventurous are the DJ Adventurinos.
Yeah. How adventurous are you guys out there? I would have felt a little bit more hesitant if the sign wasn't there with the little symbols.
I prefer places like this that aren't quite as open as the picnic area underneath the bridge that we went to.
Yeah.
Things are a little bit off the beaten path where they're not commercialized, but
Yeah. Like, it's still
feel
easy
more
to
naturey.
access, but it's like, it feels like that you're out in nature and it's not like, you know, stationed picnic tables. Like, it's like you're just walking through nature. You just stumbled across a river while you're walking across the country. So this was not our first time staying at a campsite on Lake Eildon, but it was a different experience for us. Our first time, we didn't stay at one of the designated campsites. We stayed on a part of the lake during low tide. So in high tide, where we were camping would not be available, but because the tide was so low in the lake, we were able to camp like right near the water, away from all the people, away from the main road. So I did prefer that better. This would do me for overnight if we were passing through.
Yeah, I mean, we had an overnighter and I had a great night. Yeah, it was a perfect overnighter. I think Eildon brings a certain group of people because it is so open to boating, fishing, BMX riding, motorbike riding, RVing, off-road. So if you can picture all those sports and all the people that love to do those sports all congregating around one lake, it's not exactly a quiet time.
Yeah.
So if that is your vibe, there's a reason Eildon is so popular.
After dinner, it was like this serene moment of like listening to like just nature settling in, the water, and then you just hear like So yeah, it's not for everyone, but yeah, I did enjoy our stay there.
I enjoyed our stay. Yeah. Like, that's not my vibe, but I still had a great night there.
So, how much did we spend on this trip? Drum roll!
$80 on fuel and nearly $10 on food.
We seem to be averaging between $80 to $90 every single trip. Seem to spend around $7 to $10 when we do buy any food.
Which happens to be around 3:30, 5 o'clock for some reason.
For some reason, it's just that afternoon hunger kicks in and we're like, we should get something.
I got a van full of food, but my belly.
If you are in Victoria and you know of any free camps, definitely let us know in the comments because we just might add it to the series or we might check it out another time because we are always looking for places to explore. With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing so you don't miss out on the next video of this series. And we will see you in the next video.
Bye!
Like, I went to say bye and then nothing came out.
Do you want to do the outro again?
No.
All right.